this is Chris with the Dallas Theological Seminary Media Center. Today I want to walk you through a basic orientation to Logos Bible software. I'm going to open up Logos Bible software, and the first screen that you are likely to see is called the home screen. That's this home icon in the top left. The home screen is basically going to provide you with a wealth of different resources, as well as keep you on track if you have any Bible reading plan or something of that nature. It'll also show you different resources that you can purchase, such as this resource that I have here. I don't prefer to use the home page, so I usually click on the home button, and that's going to move the home page up almost like a shutter. It's just basically going to pull it up and out of the way. Now, what I want to do the rest of our time here is just to orient you to the rest of the icons that you're going to see on the top of Logos. Again, this is just a basic orientation. The second icon you're going to see here is the library icon. Now, this is going to show you all of your resources. And when you first open up the library icon, you're going to have all, and then you're going to see the number of resources that you have available. That number might differ from mine because I've purchased a few packages on Logos. Now, I'm going to open up one particular resource. For no reason, I'm going to open up the Darby Bible, just because I had Darby on the mind. Now, when you look over to the right side of the page, you're going to see it automatically opened up this resource on the right quadrant. Now, you can move resources around. All you have to do is find their title, click and hold, and that will allow you to reorient this title. You'll see that the entire screen is gray. That's where it's going to place this title if I let go. I can place it on the right side, the left side, or full screen. I'm going to go full screen. Now, one really cool tool that Logos has built in, if I decide I want to copy text from any resource, let's say I want to copy this, and I want to paste it into a document. To copy, I'm using a Mac, I just hold Command-C. So again, to copy, I'm just highlighting text to where it turns blue and holding Command and hitting the C button. That copies the text. Now I'm going to open up a Microsoft Word document and paste this text. I'm going to hold Command and press V. That pastes the text inside this Word document. However, if you notice over here, you're going to see a little superscripted 1. What Logos does is when you paste material, it actually brings the citation with it, which is very helpful for Turabian citation if you don't want to try to figure out how to cite it or things like that. And most of the time, Logos does a really good job citing sources. So again, I just copied and pasted that into a Word document, and it automatically took the citation and put it in a footnote. Now, let's say you'd like to see a little bit of citation information about this resource. You can find that by hitting these 3 dots to the right of this resource and then going down to the information section. This is going to take the book and basically flip it over, almost like you're looking at the back of the book to see its citation information. It'll give you an image, it'll give you a little write-up here, but what we're interested in right here is the citation information. This is going to be the bibliography citation, and you can find that here and put that into your bibliography if you care to. I'm going to go back to the top right and hit done, and I'm also going to exit out of this resource. I did that just by hitting the X near the title. Okay, so we've gone over the home button. We've also gone over the library resource. Now, this next section you'll find here is the search panel. However, there's a lot to the search panel inside of Logos. So I'm going to hold off, and I will come back and show you how to do that at a later date. Next, we have the Documents panel. In essence, anytime you create a footnote, anytime you create a notepad or a special filter, anything you create inside Logos is always going to be saved. And this is where you'll find all of those documents that you've saved. So the longer you work with this, the more documents you're going to have available in here. I have probably a couple hundred in here. All right, next we have your guides. Now the guides are a very powerful tool that will help you in preparing, say, for a paper or for a sermon or anything of that nature. There are a lot of guides. I'm just going to show you the first one, a passage guide. Now let's say you're wanting to study John 1:1 for a Bible study, for teaching. All you need to do is type in the passage and hit this go arrow, and it will come up with a wealth of resources. The first section is ancient literature, so apostolic fathers, church fathers, and various other ancient resources dealing with this passage. It'll be very helpful to you. Next, you have your commentary section. The commentary section, basically, it lays out all of the different commentary resources you have on this passage. And you probably will have a number. And if you purchase extra resources inside this software, you'll even have more. So that's the commentary section. The next section is really helpful for those maybe who don't have a knowledge of Greek, or if we're working in the Old Testament, Hebrew. It's going to have a word-by-word layout of each of the passages. And say you want to go a little more deeply into a particular word. Let's say logos is a word you want to go more deeply into. You have a Bible word study. By just clicking on this, it's going to give you a Bible word study. It's giving you the basic lexical information here. And then it also will give you access to a couple of dictionaries, be it BDAG or maybe some more theological or exegetical dictionaries like ED&T or TD&T or something like that. So again, this is providing you with a lot of excellent resources. Just by the click of a button under Guides, you can find this. Now the final icon I want to mention is Tools. Tools is one of those areas that Logos frequently is updating and changing as you go from each version of Logos. So you'll find a lot of different tools here. For a miscellaneous section, you'll find some material on diagramming, some material on media, as well as all kinds of other information. One that I want to point out to you is Factbook. I find Factbook to be really fun as an introduction to any particular topic. Let's say I want to look at the topic of redemption. You'll see it is a theme, and if you click on it, it's going to come up with a number of resources. A basic translation or basic information about this topic is going to be here. You'll find a wealth of passages, as you can see here, dealing with this. You're going to find dictionaries that will give you a good introduction, as well as a number of other resources that you'll find here that will be helpful for you. So I'm going to exit out of that. So this has been a basic orientation to all of the different buttons that you'll find in Logos. Just in review, you've got your Home button, you've got your Library Resource button, your Search bar, Documents that Logos automatically saves, Guides that gives you a wealth of resources, and Tools that has basically some miscellaneous and helpful tools for you. The final thing I want to show you before we go is this Layouts menu. The Layouts menu is a really helpful tool that's going to save any layout that you make. Let's just say I happen to be studying here. These icons are my personal icons that I've placed here. You will not have these, but these are just things I use very frequently. So I have the Lexham Hebrew Bible. I'm going to click and drag that to the right side of my screen. I have the English Standard Version. I'm going to click and drag that to the opposite side of my screen. Let's say this is a study layout that I really enjoy and I don't want to lose it. So I could come up here to the Layout button and I could save this as a named layout. I'm just going to name this Bible Study 2. I'm going to hit the Enter key, and that is going to save this as a permanent layout. You'll see it over here on the Recent Layout tab. You'll also see it on the Saved Layout. It's right here. So this is another helpful tool available to you to make sure you can save your work and come back to a great layout that you have. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close this resource as well. Again, this has been a basic orientation to Logos Bible software. For more information, I recommend that you get in contact with Chris McMaster. He has orientations to Logos, intermediate and advanced Logos courses that he offers on DTS's campus, and he's really the expert. We're just coming alongside to provide a few very basic orientations.